Hello everyone, it's Huey back again with another gaming video. A bit more Space Engineers, although this one's a bit different. Oh, by the way, in-game is either Ricky or Duncan. I'm playing under the name Duncan Biscuit at the moment, so if you see me around, be sure to say hello. And this is my boring old base on a server I wanted to talk about. It's absolutely brilliant. So it's simply called Sydney PvP, no rules, just war, I believe, and it runs minimal mods. I think it runs the Deadly Reentry mod. It runs the Azimuth Mega Mod Pack. They also have the Midspaces 300 speed, and obviously the Message of the Day mod, and there is one that's a bit redundant. I believe it's the Chat History mod. Simple reason being you can just go into your chat history via your menu. So that one doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But having said that, despite that, this server runs absolutely brilliantly. Excuse me. Sorry I'm not feeling well. I do apologise. Now, I thought I'd take a bit of a break from doing the roleplay series I was doing. The reason for that is obviously those videos I'm connecting to a East Coast American private server, and it's modded to the hill. So I don't know if it's the mods that are the issue. I suspect they are, but this one, I really can't fault it. Get a load of this. Now, bear in mind, I am running a very hopelessly average rig at the moment. It's not bad. I mean, it's better than a lot of people's PCs. So, looking at the sim speed, perfect. Look at that. FPS of 30, and I'm recording at the moment. So, yeah, I really can't complain. I do apologise about the low frame rate for the videos. I just keep it on those settings for the other series I've been doing. But yeah, I thought I'd make a bit longer video today, just not only to show off this server, but I thought let's do a little bit of shipbuilding, a little bit of mining, a little bit of shipbuilding, and see how we go. Now, last I checked, I had, I did have something queued up in the, yeah, so we'll get rid of that, because both turrets plumbed up yet. Obviously, I'm not going to mention where my base is located, because, you know, for obvious reasons. PvP trolls do like to metagame, they have no problem with that, so, which personally breaks the immersion for me, but I normally don't like playing on all-out PvP servers. I do prefer the faction PvP, with the RP style of play. But given how well this server runs, I'm willing to overlook that for the time being. So I thought, I've got a few resources here, but I've got that many. Let's see if we can... Oh, I'm out of iron. Oh, look at that. So we may need to do a bit of an iron run, but that's okay. Now let's grab a few steel tubes, probably 5 of those. Let's grab... Always need construction components, the bane of everyone's existence. And some computers. Is that all we've got in motors? Disappointing. But that's okay. We will need to do probably another run. What have we got in the assembler there? Well, we've got a few items here. We may as well grab these. Come on. I'm going to break them down a bit. And we get free tools every time, so it's, not going to be an issue. And if anyone else can metagame, then I can sure as hell do it as well. Let's see. We'll throw those into the assembly, get a little bit more iron. Won't be much, but might help if we turn on some lights as well. And you know, I'm going to chuck that in there because it's self an elite weapon eventually. So as you can tell, I'm on a moon. On this server, it appears that there aren't any asteroids in between planets, which I'm guessing would help things considerably. And they appear to have some placed asteroids right near the Earth-like planet. So yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. That will save on a lot of strain for people, trying to connect and server sim speed and that sort of thing. So turn our HUD back on, and let's get ourselves a small ship started. So we need to go to the small blocks here, and let's find the landing gear, do it the easy way, and I might build myself a, come on, let's turn you around, and let's get you a bit closer. No, we can't. Alright, I'll have to walk back a bit. Build myself a cool coloured ship. I'll get it right above, yep, that should do it. Not too. Now, I'm building my drone for obvious reasons. I want to tunnel out this, and I don't want to do it all hand drilling, even with an elite drill. It's not exactly the most fun thing to do. So I got to start here. I do have a couple of defences. For obvious reasons, I've gone with a bland old default colour because it does blend well with the moon. So, right, so we've got a landing gear down. So the next thing we need, being a drone, we're obviously not going to need a cockpit. However, we probably will need some kind of container. We're going to need some interior plates. Got a few here. And let's bring up the menu. Cargo containers. Now I could go for the azimuth medium. 225 interior plates. Wow, no, I can't afford that. not just yet. As good as they look, yeah, I just can't afford that. So we'll go for a medium container. Let's change view. That's probably a bit close. So, let's just fly up here for a minute. That's very close. Probably too close. But I think I have a temporary solution here. Good news is I do believe, yeah, there we go. So yeah, we could even put a connector on it if we wanted. I'm not really sure if I want to put one on just yet. I'll need 7 more motors. And you know what that means. We're going to need to go on a mining run. So it's not much to look at already. It's probably going to be a pretty big bulky thing. Truth be told, you know what? No. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. Since we're on times 10 inventory in this, we might just go a couple of small containers. Yeah, that sounds a bit better. But we won't put those on just yet. So what I'm going to need to do is, yeah, I'm going to use an azimuth small reactor. The azimuth small reactor should do the trick. Don't want that one. I want that one. No. Oh, they don't. Do they have the 6-point? Yes, yes they do. Good old 6-point reactor. Pardon me. Now I'm going to need to find some silver. I think I've got enough to make a couple of reactor components. How many do I need to make the azimuth? Oh, and I need superconductor conduits. Well, that's going to be a pain. So I need 9 reactor components and 1 superconductor. Do we have enough? Oh, well, we'll have to see. Silver ingot. I don't believe we do. No, nowhere near it. We're going to have to go... Oh, hang on, hang on. We might have enough. Let's just throw you into there. A bit of gravel. Yep, grab some gravel. Let's throw... We don't really need the magnesium, though we might need some cobalt, so we can chuck that in there as well. Oh, it's already got some. And we'll go assembling and see... Yep, that should be enough. So we'll just make 2 of those. No, can't. Out of iron. Need to do an iron run. Oh dear. So for that, I'm going to grab one of my elite drills. Let's put all these back. Grab ourselves an oxygen bottle. And do a couple of runs. So it does mean you're probably going to find out roughly where I'm situated, but hey. It's PvP. I'm doing this more as a plug for the server. In any case, I'm going to be a permanent base. This is probably going to be more of an outpost. This is not going to be much to it. Yes, and look at that. It's Mars. Yeah. So I bet you're asking, what the hell? You're on the Earth-like moon. Yep, definitely the Earth-like moon. No atmosphere. And it's probably one of the reasons, I'd say, yeah, one of the main reasons that this server runs so well, other than also the lack of asteroids in between. So let's get our trusty drill, and as you can see, I've been here before. So pick that up. We may as well get rid of these nasty stone borders. And gotta love these elite drills. And we've got someone saying hello, so we better be sociable. There we go. Oh. That's weird. Okay, work that time. And let's go over here. Now, a lot of people like to do what's called skits mining. Or what I call skit. They just go drill, 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 and then go around and get everything up. Now, that is an efficient way of doing it. And however, it's something I only recommend you do in a single player game. People tend to get a bit shitty if you do it in a multiplayer game due to the item count restrictions that often have to be placed. They might disappear at some point, so that's okay. So understandably, most servers have a item limit to stop any service drops, any strain on server crashes, things like that. Because this game is not known for its stability. That's what makes this server all the more impressive, because despite that, it's really, really well. There is something everyone has to do on the server. Oh, what's that? Oh, excuse me, that's the frog in my throat. I do apologise. Alright, so we'll do another quick run to grab some iron. Stop what you're doing, spawn and respawn ship 3. No, I'm not doing that. God. I'm sure I'll eventually see the atmosphere more. The problem is, at the moment, I'm running this on stable. They're using the development version. So I'm a bit worried about crashing this server. The reason I'm running it on stable is because most of my friends can only run stable. Which is a bit pain, because I run development quite okay. And I do really like the visual changes they've made, and also the audio changes. They have a realistic mode now, which is quite impressive. So Keen seems to be finally pulling their finger out of their arse. Kudos to Keen for once. Yes, I did just trash on the developers of the game that I'm recording. It's a good thing I love the game. Because, yes, it can be frustrating. I know most gamers love everything to run perfectly, and they'll crack the shits and running well. But, like I said, I can see why a lot of those games keep coming back to this particular server. I had friends from get on this open and shot me across the skull. Yeah, well, the other thing is, with Australians being Australians, the conversations in chat can be quite entertaining on their own. So I hope you guys are reading that. I'm not reading everything. But it does give me a chuckle sometimes reading what they're writing. By bad language, though, I suggest if you get on the server to avert your eyes, because you can't break the culture. Okay, so we're full up again. Who is the owner? Yeah, I'd love to know who the owner is, because I don't think I've seen them. I want to let them know how good a job they've done. Denth is an admin. Well, Denth is an admin. So, as you've probably worked out, yeah, I'm near Mars. Yeah. I'll try not to give away my location. I have tried to camouflage these a bit, so let's turn off tab and just have a quick look and see how well camouflaged it is. Oh, look at that. In sunlight, it's you have to be a little bit higher up to not be able to see that. Being a PvP server, there was a chap who gave some good advice I saw the other night, and it's one I do tend to follow if playing on PvP. Try and camouflage your bases. If you want any hope in getting a foothold in a server, especially one as seemingly as established as this, you really need to think sneakily, especially if you're more of a defensive player. So we've got some more iron going, and we need so let's get those on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we only need 9, so now silver. So let's see if we can build one of those. Oh, look at that, we have gold. Beautiful. So we have one azimuth reactor. Sorry about that. Yeah, could do with 2. 2 probably wouldn't hurt. So let's rack up another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of those. Oops, I actually built one too many, but that's okay. Motors, you can do 10 of those. Come on. Yay! And what else do we need? Let's grab some of those, some of those. Come on. Oh my goodness. Silly boy, you haven't plumbed up your conveyors yet. And let's grab those, and these, and those. Right. Oh. Let's probably grab some of those as well. Haphazardly grabbing things there. If you're working in a team, I can tell you right now, it's a good idea to only take but so my base, my rules. Right, so we've got 1. And let's throw another one on there. 6-point reactor. 2 6-point reactors should do it. Motors required. How many do we have yet? I thought we were a bit short there. Come on. Right. So, this little mining drone should make digging out all this crap a lot easier. Now, excuse me, we're going to use these small cargo containers, I believe. So let's grab a few of those. I don't want anything too big because this is mainly going to be left click mining. Yeah, let's grab that. That looks good. That looks good. So we'll put conveyors behind that. Come on, get on there. Get on there. Good. The targeting on this is a little bit sloppy of blood. You know what? That doesn't matter. I'm probably going to get rid of that landing gear anyway. And we probably don't need too many of these. It's only going to be a small ship. We are going to need some small conveyors. So, let's get those going. And I'm going to cheat a bit. I'm just going to go boom, 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 boom. Now, before we forget, because it's likely that I will, so we'll grab a little bit of uranium. Probably grab 10, put 5 in each. Still plenty of uranium, and there is another site over there, uranium, so that won't be an issue. And what I will probably do, so put the drills on, is to block underneath one of the drills and put the camera there. Alright, let's weld these suckers up. Oh dear, more motors needed. So let's be done with it. And need 100 motors? Probably not. 20 will do for now. Let's get our little cargo containers going. Oh, we need displays. Not critical, but I'm a stickler for having everything finished, so let's get that out of the way. So the other thing I did manage to pick up was some, oh yep, I forgot. I keep forgetting that up. So 8 of those, that's 20. So, that's looking good. Right, next thing we need to do, let's check our, our equipment. So we can at least get these placed. See what they have. Yes, they have the small drills. Excellent. That's what I like to see. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 5, 6. Right. So, surprisingly, they don't cost all that much. Still coming right up. Oops. Assembling, yep. Let's just make 200 of those. That's all we should do for now. I'll leave that there. That's 2 drills done. More steel plates. Oh, okay. And I have noticed there has been a little minor inventory bug. Not a lot can be done there. Oh, thank you, Suit. Thank you for letting me know. Right, let's put that away. I do hope you're, need a bit more energy. Come on. Hurry up. Okay. So, little drone. What do we need next? Of course, most important thing, everyone forgets this. That is a gyroscope. Should only need the one. Yep, right there's good. So, next thing we're going to need, we're going to need to... Actually, I think I have some... here. Oh, no I don't. I'm going to have to make some radio and ore detector component. From memory, I think it's 4 of these. Yep. And yep. So it's a good idea to put an ore detector near the front somewhere. So let's tilt on our side there. Maybe not there. We might have to put the camera on top, so the ore detector. Don't want to really use an azimuth ore detector. Look, Azimuth's a great mod pack. I've just had no end of trouble with the azimuth ore detectors, so we'll just use a vanilla for now. And give ourselves room to put a camera. That looks good. Next thing we need is an antenna. So I think we'll put that at the back. I don't need the futick. The azimuth antenna looks tempting. They seem to work fine, so, and they're a nice size. So we're going to need some small steel tubes for that. Luckily, I've got a couple here. Oh. No, don't want to go there. Alright. Fine. Be like that. Yeah, no, we'll put it... There we go, that's what I was looking to do. Put it that way. There are unfortunately no build stages on this. But they're a nice little block antenna. The next thing we're going to need is a remote control block. And I'm thinking we can put that right on top of the wrong button. So the remote control block requires those items which I think I have on me. Remote control blocks you always want to face that side with the funny little shape on it, and the slant on the top. So you want that at the front and the slant section at the top, so it knows which way is forward, back, blah blah blah. So there's our remote control block. The next thing we're going to need, it would probably pay to these open. Probably, if I ever do use it for mining, I'll just deal with hand unloading it for now. This is just a little, both a demonstration and, like I said, I'm mainly using it just to clear a lot of this. So we may do some adjustments later on. So I don't need a camera so we can see what we're doing if we need to. So a little camera. Don't want you there. There we go. Let's go to number 7. Oh, look at that. It's facing the right way around. Yeah, that'll do. That looks good. Might need one facing backward as well. So, yeah, let's do that. Make sure it's the right way around. Okay. So that's the basic, these are the most important inner parts of the ship, of the drone, I should say. And the next thing we need is to start putting thrusters on this sucker. So this is where we do a bit of shopping. I'm going to turn off my jetpack. A bit of shopping in the build menu. So all blocks and let's just go thrusters. Thrusters, there we go. So got hydrogen thrusters. No, we don't have those. These large thrusters are fan. Don't use those either. What I think I might do is use a combination of these and these. The flat new and the sloped. White flame? I don't know if I want white flame. Really, there's only white flame? Oh well. White flame it is. Let's grab that. And now I'm using ion thrusters because they work better in, much better in no atmosphere environments. Actually, before I forget, probably might pay to put these in the menu as well, and maybe these as well. Right, we'll start with the rear thrusters. 5. Let's say I only need those. Yep. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. And air gets forward thrusters. Very important if you're drilling straight down too. So, should we put them back a bit? Sure. Although, nah, bugger it. As long as we can get to at least one of these ports, that's all that really matters. Front, full front and full rear. So the next slot we're going to need is some downward thrusters. I'm thinking let's continue with the tradition. Yep, that'll do. Because once we will be taking off that landing gear, possibly attaching it to the top, so I can dock it onto the ceiling here. So let's weld these up, making sure of the thruster components, and I also need superchargers. Oh, I forgot about those. So superchargers, this is an azimuth specific item, so we need iron, gold and platinum. Let's build, great, we had enough for 20, so superchargers we need as well as the thruster components. drone's not looking too bad. That's something to be able to lift off, but I have just the 2 thrusters. Nice and simple. So I'm only going to need it for a very simple job. I'm thinking possibly to stick some on the top, and we're going to need some side thrust as well. So I'm going to put those there, and then I'll put the side thrust. I'll use these small ones. There we go. Let's weld those up. It's not looking too bad. A little bit like a football. Egg ball, as our British friends call it. Okay, so while we're here, let's throw some thrusters on the top. Very important if you have to roll over, play dead. No. Yeah, I think that's probably not a bad idea. Let's put a couple of small ones on the bottom and a couple of small ones on the top. Jetpack again, around a bit. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yep. Looks good. Oh dear. Alright. Do apologise again. What was I thinking then? Right. It's a big thruster ball. Well, I should say little thruster ball. Now, bear in mind, it could be attacked at any moment, so that's always not likely, but oh dear, we need more steel plates. More? Let's just do another 200 of those. That'll do for now. That should be adequate to give us some lift to be able to finish off the rest of the drone. Alright. So, next next thing. So we make sure we've got 6 directions. Front, up, up, down, left, right, and rear. It probably wouldn't hurt. Oh my goodness, it's really bad. Probably wouldn't hurt to put a couple of extra it's gonna look a bit funny, but if I do it that way, let's just put those there. That'll do. That'll do. Oh dear. So, production. We need more superchargers. Another 20, please. You up. Right, so that should be enough just to get it off the ground. So what we'll do next is hit our K menu, select small grid, remote control, control. Oh yes, and she hovers brilliantly. So, let's get it up a bit and relinquish control, and she's hovering great. Okay. Powering away like a trooper. Okay. Probably could have done with being a bit higher, but hey. Now we've really got to watch those side thrusters. So, and watch our energy levels. Oxygen. I hope you're being entertained by the conversation, if you're not so much entertained by me. There we go, all charged up. Well, not all charged up, charged enough. Okay. So we have to make sure we leave a gap. Well, no, we don't really. Let's start at the top. Top can grab the drone again and raise her up a bit more. So 6. Boom. 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 There we go. Now, I'll try not to over too much. It is a bad habit of mine. I always do like the orange Okay, so let's grab control over again. Okay. And down to, whoops, gone. Yep, there we go. So you'll notice your lights go out when you've got control of it. Just raise her up a little bit. Hit F to get it back. And yep, we can walk right under it. Great. But for now, I'm going to need to do this just to make it a little bit easier. So put some more small ones on. You know what? No, let's not. Well, we will use small ones, but we use these. So we want to be able to hover up, right? Oh my goodness, small steel tubes, really? Oh, wrong way. Hold it. Let's try not to get here. Oh, I'm getting damaged. Get out of there! Yeah. Actually, no. Let's put those slanted ones at the back. Good enough for me. Okay. Keep an eye on that health. Appears the thrusters aren't working as hard now, so try me. I don't think they will anyway. Okay. That's hovering naughty. How's that for a drone? Okay, so some nice. The moons and Mars are pretty busy, I think. Really? Well, I didn't say the moon of Mars doesn't seem too busy. Now, so we don't blind ourselves while we're operating the camera, might, because we're going to need some lights. Yeah, so some spotlights will, just two will do. Maybe one at the back, if we can fit one. Looks good. One, two. Leave ourselves a little port there. I play it every day for the last year. The last year? Holy hell. I'm impressed. We may end up getting blinded. Not a lot we can do. Alright, so one at the back. And no, that's going to blind us. That's definitely going to blind us. If we try and look through that camera. Might have to put it on the tail end right here. It's going to look a bit weird, but no, it's not going to go there. That'll do. That will do. So we've got a lot of side thrust. And what we might instead... Oops. There we go. Just to give us that bit of extra forward power. And lastly, we just need to finish off with, oops, wrong button. A couple of simple panels. So we need a triangle there. Triangle there is good. Let's go a simple slope of a triangle here. Oops. One there. That's right, we're leaving. But we don't have to leave that one open. We've got the camera there, so yeah, screw that. I'm gonna triangle piece there. Right angle triangle piece to be specific. Another one there. One there. In fact, hey, look at that. That works. Little triangle. Drone. Should have coloured it red or white. And we'll just weld those up. What do we call this? The mining ball. Hey! The mining ball. Unless someone comes up with something better, that's what we're going to call it. There we go. Nothing much to look at. That's kind of cool, but now the big test. So we have to set her up first. So we go back into the remote control, and we need to set up the weapons and tools. So the first one we'll put there. Get out of that, and then let's group all the drills. Save that. Groups. Drills. Block on and off. What else do we need? Oh yeah. Okay, all blocks. Camera will stick here. Two. You. I won't worry about turning on and off the antenna just yet, because I can do that. Actually, you know what, yeah. Toggle block on and off. And same with the auto detector. Toggle block on and off. Right. So, as you can see, got ourselves a little drone. So let's stand to one side so we get a good look at how she operates. What? Oh. Silly boy, you need to go into the remote control. Whoa. Alright. Loving the power consumption. Brilliantly. And there she is. One little drone. So that will come in. Yeah, that will come. So I'm just set it down, and dampers off. Just leave it there. Probably shouldn't leave it like that. In fact, you know, I don't think I will. Let's take controller again. And let's... I gotta do this. This is a cool little drone. That's awesome. She does a bit. I think that's a bit of a game bug. But, all in all, works well. Hello! I am the footy miner. Oh, love it. I love it. Oh, dampers are off. What? It takes that long to drift down? That's impressive. Okay, I take back everything I just said. I love this thing. This is so simple, but I love it. Alright, well, that is about all we have time for. So, say goodbye, little footy drone. Alright, well, thanks for joining us, and I hope you can join us next time. Do remember, yeah, if you want to play a great server, Sydney PvP server, so by all means, bring all happy mining and building.